According to CNBC, 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's 4 out of 5 people. And this is not just a problem for people with lower incomes. This includes 10% of people making over $100,000 a year. So what is going on? Hello, young professionals. My name is Chris Chelani, and I want to help you make smart financial decisions so you don't live paycheck to paycheck. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 things. First, I'm going to talk about the biggest mistake I see young people doing when they start their careers. Second, I'm going to talk about the value of compound interest. And then third, I'm going to give you the most helpful spreadsheet you'll ever see in your life. So the biggest mistake I see with young people starting out is their insane amount of spending. And I'm not talking about rent or even car payments. I'm talking about Starbucks. I know people that eat out every single day for breakfast, and I want to show you how insane that kind of spending is. So let's say Megan goes to Starbucks every day for breakfast. Let's say she gets a $4 coffee and a $2.50 bagel with cream cheese. So after tax, it comes to about $7.20. Now, compare that to eating breakfast at home. If Megan were to make breakfast and say have 2 eggs, a bagel with cream cheese, a banana, and apple juice, which is what I have for every single day, that comes to about $1.20 if you budget right. So that's already a $6 a day difference. And that might not seem like a lot, but that $6 a day adds up to $180 a month, which adds up to $2,160 a year. That's right, Megan spends over $2,000 a year just on Starbucks. When she adds up all the extra outings for lunch and dinner, it's not hard to see how just going out a couple of times a week can cost Megan, people like Megan, over $5,000 a year. Taking that a step further and including compound interest, if Megan had instead invested that $6 a day difference, or $2,160 a year, with the S&P expected interest rate of 7%, that Starbucks a day leads to $30,000 over 10 years. That's an average down payment on a $300,000 house. Yes, this assumes Megan gets a 7% interest rate, but even with no interest, that's still $21,000 over the course of 10 years. Now, I'm not saying to completely stop going out for food, but I just want you to understand where your money is going. I know not all of you go out for Starbucks every single day, but do you know how much a year you spend on groceries? Do you know how much a year you spend on shopping? What if you had a simple spreadsheet that shows you exactly how you currently manage your money? Financial freedom starts with budgeting and savings. Now, I know a lot of people get lost here because they hear budgeting and they think, oh, I don't want to write down everything I spend money on. Tracking my money takes too much time. I'm going to stop you right there and let you know you don't have to write everything down. I posted a link right here with a very easy to follow template that shows you exactly how you currently manage your money. Whether you're making $20K a year or $200K a year, this spreadsheet will help you out so much. Even if you haven't started your first full-time job yet, this sheet will help you predict exactly how much money you're going to have at every year of your life. And I want to give you a quick glimpse of what's in there. Now, I recommend you open this up on your computer so it's a little easier to read, but you can still open it up on your phone if you want to. It's a Google Sheet, so it takes about a second to open up. And so I want you to pause the video right now and click that link so you can follow along with what I'm about to do. What I want you to do right now is either download or make a copy. Do whatever you need to do to make this your own. I've already highlighted the cells that you need to change, so it's extremely easy to fill out. There's 3 parts to the spreadsheet, and every single one helps you with a different aspect of your finances. So first, let's talk about the expense sheet. This takes about 2 to 5 minutes to fill out, and I promise it's going to be so valuable to you. I want you to estimate how much you spend a year on groceries, rent, charity, etc. And at the end, I'll show you what's going to happen. So in this example, let's say person 1 is Drake and person 2 is Josh. For their monthly expenses, they spend about $1,100 on rent, $600 on eating out, $40 on charity, etc. At the bottom, they can see their monthly expenses together are about $4,200. And when they look at the yearly expenses, it's about $51,000. The next section lets them input their salary, bonus, debt, and 401k if they're currently contributing to it. Now, if you don't know what a 401k is, let me know down in the comments and I'll help you figure that out in another video. Remember, if you're filling this out, you don't need to write in anything that's not highlighted. This sheet will automatically calculate it for you. And if you click on the little cell, you can see exactly how I calculated each equation. If you look to the important notes side, you can see some of the notes I listed. So one of them is that I assume a 30% tax rate, but you can change that if you'd like. This sheet becomes extremely helpful because at the end, Drake and Josh can see how much they take home after their expenses. Drake knows he's saving about 34% of his annual salary. He knows there's around $14,000 in his 401k with the company match, and he knows he's allowed to spend $1,500 a month. All you have to do is change these highlighted cells to fit your situation, and the rest of the spreadsheet does the work for you. I've made some rules to the side so you can see some notes if you're having trouble. Now, the next two sheets are really exciting. This shows you how to make millions of dollars by saving and investing your money, and it shows you how every dollar you invest grows over time. For the second sheet, it shows you what would happen if you invested your money for just 1 year and how it grows over time. In this example, Drake makes $75K and Josh makes $50K, and after tax and expenses, they're able to save about $37,000 a year. With a 7% interest rate, this doubles about every 10 years, and over the course of 40 years, it multiplies by 7 times. That means for every dollar Drake and Josh put in now, they'll have about $7 at retirement. And by the time they retire, they'll have $500,000 in savings, just from 1 year of investing. And research backs up these numbers. It shows that when you look at 2 decades or more, the market averages out to about 7% a year. So again, this $500,000 was just from 1 year of investing. What if Drake and Josh had invested money every single year up until retirement? This next sheet is about to show you. So first, this sheet assumes constant contributions every year at about 2% interest rate growth at simple interest. So this means if you put in $10,000 your first year, the second year it'll have you put in $10,200. Now, look at how Drake and Josh's money is able to grow with constant contributions. Since they started investing around $40,000, which is about 30% of their income, they're going to have around $10 million by retirement. So let's take a quick look at the 2 biggest lessons from this sheet. First, let's look at how your interest grows exponentially over time. At a 7% interest rate, the interest earned in year 1 is about $1,000. The interest earned in year 10 is about $45,000. Interest in year 20 is about $150,000. In year 30, it's about $300,000. And by year 40, just the interest earned is about $720,000. Another lesson was if Drake and Josh used a conservative estimate at about 4% interest rate, they would have around $5 million at retirement. Although that's still a ton of money, you can see just how a 3% difference in interest rate can lead to very different expectations by retirement. This is why it's really important to be conservative with your interest rates and not use over 7% for your projections. So my hopes with this video are that you learned a little bit at least about personal finance and about managing your money. If you enjoy the sheet, please like and leave a comment so I know to make more content for you guys. I enjoy making things like this, and if you enjoyed watching it, click that subscribe button and let me know what else you want to learn about. Join the Facebook group below if you want to be with like-minded people and hear what everyone else is talking about. That's it for today, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks, young professionals.